Hey everyone, happy 2025. And what an incredible 2024 I had helping individuals and families make the move to the cowboy state. First, I want to kick off this video with a huge thank you to all of my viewers who have helped give this channel traction and connect me with amazing clients who are looking for their next chapter. It is truly an honor to help you make one of the biggest moves and purchases of your life. And your trust in me is something that I do not take lightly. Partnering and collaborating with each of you is just an absolute joy. And learning your stories and being a part of your journey is something so rewarding. And I can't really put it into words other than just that I am truly grateful. All right. Now, in the spirit of the new year and all of the optimism behind it, I wanted to share with you my predictions on who will be moving here to Wyoming in 2025. Now, these are non scientific predictions that are fueled only by my own interaction and conversations with clients and prospects that I talk to every day. And maybe a magic 8 ball. So, preemptively, if these predictions don't come true, blame the 8 ball. But without further ado, let's dive into who I think will be moving here in 2025. Okay, let's start with Florida. The Sunshine State might be known for its beautiful beaches, weather, and palm trees, but the desire to live there is waning. Florida unfortunately suffered a 1-2 punch in 2024 with the devastation of both hurricanes Helene and Milton, and the effects of these hurricanes either left folks feeling helpless or just grateful to be missed by the storms this time. I had some really tough conversations in the fall with folks wanting to leave Florida, but first having to deal with insurance to remediate flood damage in order to be able to sell their homes and move. But on the flip side, I also had conversations with people in Florida who were spared from the storm and they don't want to tempt fate again. Those individuals are the ones taking action to get out this year and move to Wyoming, where natural disasters aren't nearly as devastating as those in Florida. Instead of worrying about storms, we have to worry here about wildlife crossings instead. The Florida Chamber of Commerce actually released that they believe that migration growth will be slowed in the coming years due to increased outbound migration, and I'm sure weather is playing a part of that. And why is Wyoming a great option for those looking to leave? Well, because Wyoming, like Florida, is also a no state income tax state, and we are also extremely business friendly. To boot, we have lower property taxes in the Sunshine State, and getting additional insurance coverage, such as flood insurance, is optional here based on your specific home location versus being absolutely essential in Florida. Okay, moving on to the next state where I think we will see folks moving to Wyoming from: California. California has and will continue to be a state sending residents our way looking for a better way of life. I'm sure it's no shock to you that as a recovering Californian myself, I would estimate that 50% of the clients I'm working with are moving here from California. And for all of you Wyomingites wincing at the thought of Californians coming to Wyoming, don't worry, it's okay. Many of the clients that I work with are not moving here to Wyoming on a mission to change it. They are moving to Wyoming because of their deep appreciation of the state and their values, and it essentially being polar opposite of what California is. Don't believe me? Just look at how California lost population in 2020, 2021, and 2022. So much that they lost a congressional seat in 2020, and they are projected to lose 4 more congressional seats in 2030 if the current rates of outbound migration continue at the rate that they are. Interestingly enough, states like Oregon, New York, Illinois, and Minnesota are also projected to lose congressional seats in 2030 based on current migration trends. What does this mean? Well, if the 2024 election didn't send a clear message, The American people have declared a clear referendum on progressive policies and are not only voting their principles, but they are also living them with their choices and where they're moving to. In terms of the benefits to Californians moving to Wyoming, they are enormous. We're talking a huge savings in state income tax alone, but also savings in property taxes, sales tax, housing costs, utility costs, the cost of fuel, homeowners insurance, and overall personal benefits from being in a state that has built itself upon community. All right, are you ready for my next state that I anticipate seeing folks moving here to Wyoming from? It's Texas, because guess what? Not everything is better in Texas. Just ask my clients. Their state might have, great weather, but they also have issues with hurricanes, and they've been having huge immigration issues over the last several years. And the downstream effects of those issues are finally causing Texans to rethink if Texas is sustainable for them. Oh, and let's not forget their outrageous property taxes. Texans pay the seventh highest property taxes in the nation. They also struggle with being the eighth highest homeowners insurance rate in the US. Another blow to Texans are their utility rates. With Texas having almost unrelenting heat, you can bet that those electric bills will always be a source of pain for Texans. And why are Texans looking at Wyoming? Well, like Texas, we have no state income tax, and our property taxes are the 10th lowest in the nation. And those utility bills, yeah, they pale in comparison. We only turn on our AC here for like an average of 4 months out of the year. Okay, so I shared already that I believe that we will continue to see migration from Florida, California, and Texas in 2025. Any guesses on the final state that I project to see migration into Wyoming from? Wyomingites, cover your ears. I know this will be like adding salt to a wound, but let's talk about the Centennial State. Yes, Colorado. Colorado is something that I call Little California. Coloradans will probably call it just the California invasion. Colorado has seen a huge increase in migration from California. In 2021 alone, 13% of Colorado's new residents were coming from California. So why then would people in Colorado want to move to Wyoming, which might seem like oil gravitating to water? Well, for those who have lived in Colorado well before the California invasion took hold, they have seen their state change in ways that they no longer agree with, and they are looking for a better way of life, just like my husband and I felt when we left California. And from an environment and financial standpoint, it makes sense. Our climate here in Wyoming is very similar to Colorado. Okay, some may argue that we get more wind, and that's true. But it costs 1.41 times more to live in Colorado than it does in Wyoming. We have similar natural beauty and outdoor recreation, and if people and traffic aren't really your jam, then Wyoming might just fit the bill. So, there you have it, folks. These are my 2025 predictions for who I think will be moving here to Wyoming this year. What are your predictions? Feel free to comment below and watch all of the Wyomingites pop off saying that Wyoming is full. Are you thinking about moving to Wyoming and Casper specifically? If so, where are you considering moving here from? I would love to know, so share that in the comments too. And know that if Wyoming is where you plan to call home in 2025, I would love to help you. I'm a licensed realtor in Casper, Wyoming, that specializes in helping people like you relocate to our beautiful state every day. And it's my goal to help make this move your best one yet. So give me a call, a text, or email, and let's make your goal a reality this year. And with that, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.